Good day. Hello, welcome here once again in LATOKEN Venture Capital TV. We have a great and very interesting original project for you today. It's been with us already for 4 years in LATOKEN. So it's great to see that these projects still here, still with us, and they're bringing new solutions. And I think that's what it's all about, the innovation, technology, and solutions. And you get to hear it directly from the CEOs or the founders of the project. And remember, you're always welcome to post your questions or comments in the chat box. Now, this is a unique learning opportunity for you to get to know more about the project, ask questions to the founder, find out things, and then you'll decide if you want to invest. Before we move on to the interview, as a reminder, you can always hear our previous shows and content. If you would just please go visit latoken slash latoken.com/VCTV/shows. And also follow us on our socials like Facebook and Twitter. If you're watching us on YouTube, just hit the subscribe button and you always get informed of great content, great information, and a lot of rewards. One last thing, as a reminder, anything mentioned here is not any type of financial advice. Please do your research before making any decision. Is your choices and your responsibility. So with that said, I would like to welcome our guest today, James Tiley, founder of Cyber FM. James, very welcome.
Hey man, thanks for having me. This is I think in 4 years, this is my second appearance over at LATOKEN.
Really? Well,
Yeah, times have changed dramatically. I think you'd agree, but it's good
yeah,
to see that you keep going.
yeah, we keep going, we keep pushing, we're trying to bring the innovation, and yeah, as usual, we want to give a space for the new project, for the new things happening, and always I'm glad that you're here still with us, and that you also have changed, evolved a little bit as well. So with James, we were talking a little bit before the show, and there's really great content. They have great ideas, so we're really interested about that. And to our viewers, please remember you are able to post your questions or comments in the chat box and we will be addressing them. And to find more information about CyberFM, please visit cyberfmradio.com, as you can see below in the banner. James, it's all about you now and the project. Please introduce yourself, where you're from, what's happening, what's with the project.
So, man, put on the spot like I'm on the opposite end of the interview. I am James Tiley from Cyber FM Radio. Typically, as you can see, big Motley Crue fan, Aerosmith fan,
Yeah.
classic rock. I'm old. Cyber FM is radio. I mean, at its core, we have more than just rock and roll. We have hip hop, we have country music, we got pop. Swing by, grab Taylor Swift if you love her, she's on there. But I personally handle the rock and roll aspect. I do an Anything Goes show on Tuesdays that we do what's called a 10x show. And Cyber FM existed well before crypto. Cyber FM is older than Bitcoin, right? Cyber FM came out in 2007, and
Okay.
out of basically Wall Street. I was on Wall Street, and I was all the time the long-haired rock and roll guy on Wall Street. Even as an executive, I was a black sheep. And we one thing we loved on Wall Street was creating crazy things that made people make money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we one thing about Wall Street was that every single firm, Reuters, Bloomberg, Merrill Lynch, Bear Stearns, rest in peace, they all had their own independent band that we would all take turns going to hang out on a weekend. Whose band is playing tonight? It's going to be Bear Stearns. Or like, all right. When that financial crisis hit and people got laid off and they lost their jobs, those bands became their only source of income, right? These were high-powered Wall Street brokers and financial technology specialists. I was an executive for equities technology. They lost their jobs and they were like, oh my God, I have a house. I have a kid in school.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So those of us who did survive Wall Street, we started throwing together a way that we could share each other's music for these bands and keep them alive. So, and we're all technology guys. So we were like, hey Joey, why don't you poke a little hole in our firewall, right? Don't tell the big bosses, and let's
Mm-hmm.
listen to each other's music. And we did it. And around 2008, we decided when that crisis happened, we threw our first concert, and we called the concert in the United States. We called it the Great Correction Before the Election, and it was 2 days before we elected President Obama.
All
So
right.
we had no idea who the president was going to be, but we knew that something had to turn around, and we had to correct what had happened with this financial crisis. So we threw a show. Madonna, the world famous Madonna, lent us one of her bars for the night for free. She
She
loved
has a
the
bar?
idea. She had a bar called Crash Mansion. She was divorcing Guy Ritchie at the time,
Yeah.
and it was not going well, I guess, as a divorce. And I don't want to fud on Madonna, but she was like, "Whatever you guys want to do with the bar, I don't care right now." So she gave us the bar for the Crash Mansion in Manhattan. And if you were a recruiter or you were laid off from Wall Street, there was no admission, and your first drink was free. So what did we do? We took a bunch of headhunters and recruiters. We gave them free admission to rock and roll and free beer, and we just let them party. And they said that we created 300 job leads that night alone.
Oh.
And we all went home and we said, this is something. And that's how Cyber FM was born. Cyber FM today, is online radio, kind of like Sirius satellite radio, iHeart, Spotify, all of them. We're the same thing. We are live radio. The difference between, you got as much gray as I do in my beard. So you remember
I think I have
turning
more.
on a little bit more. You remember getting in the car, turning on the radio,
Yeah.
saying, hey, be the 10th caller, win yourself a pair of tickets to go see the Allman Brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward through the crypto years, you earn Cyber FM tokens by listening. The more you listen, the more you earn. We're paying for your attention, right?
How does that
And
work?
very, very strong technology in the back end with using Infura's API, using the actual Etherscan or BSC scan. I'm coughing. That's a rule number 1 on radio. We actually have what's called the Billy Joel algorithm, and it's a long-standing joke. You have to be the ultimate Billy Joel fan to break our algorithm as to how much Cyber FM you can earn on X amount of time. And
Okay.
it's very, because if you figure it out, you could game the system. We don't want anybody gaming the system.
We could give it a try.
We have this, it's the longest running contest we've ever held. You have to, when I do a radio show, I'll play 2 Billy Joel songs. And the first one that you listen to basically tells you to listen to the next one that I play. And then if you sat down with that information and you're a genius, you would eventually figure out how much Cyber FM you earn based on an amount of time span between clicking pause, changing channels. We call it the Billy Joel algorithm, and it's just one of 37 different ways that we have fun. We have fun with the crypto. We have fun with the music.
And then to I'm gonna where is I want to share my screen so
Okay.
that our viewers can also see your webpage. And it is here.
It's a
And
nice
about
little page.
it is I like the colors. Reminds me of the little bit of the 80s, the 80 colors,
Yeah.
right.
That's the goal. We used to say we're not online radio. We're radio online.
Okay. That is my question, James. If somebody wants to participate, wants to listen to so you're able to track that person and he can earn rewards. Do they have to listen from your website? Is there an app that they have to download? How would that work?
Yeah, in fact, we want you to download the mobile app, right? It's on Android and it's on Apple. And what's nice about this is that if you download your typical radio app, they want your email, they want your name, they want all that data tracking. And blockchain is not really about that, right? If you go back to blockchain, a lot of it has to do with anonymity. So in our back end, you're going to log in with your 0x wallet address. right? So in this case, specifically Polygon, you're going to log in with that. We don't know your name. We don't know who you are. We know where you are because we're going to deliver an advertisement every half hour, right? So if you're in London, you're not going to want to hear an ad for a pizzeria in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. Yeah.
Why would you? So we do track that because we need to make money ourselves. We do not. That's what's awkward about being out of the United States is that we do not make any money from crypto. It's, there was never even an ICO back in 2018. It was just airdrop, boom, our money given to you. And then it's a great experiment as to how can money live when we didn't use any to from other people to create it. So you add your wallet and we literally go back to you're constantly in communication in the mobile app with polygonscan.com, their APIs.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody uses that website to track deposits and all that. And we monitor your listening time. You listen to this channel for this long, you earned X of CYFM tokens. And then at the end...
Sorry, James, for interrupting. Is that we were getting some questions, and I think this is just that this is connected to it. Al Nu is asking, how can I know who's the winner? I think this person means, okay, then he was listening to X amount of hours, and he will get some tokens as a reward. How does
everybody's a winner?
how is he or she will know that he has earned this? Will he receive it in his wallet or?
So the mobile app on the top of the screen tells you how much you've earned this month.
Mm-hmm.
And then below that, it tells you how much you've earned for the year 2022 so far. And what will happen is we announce on Twitter and we announce on the radio on the first of every month, it's payday. We go, it's payday, it's Cyber FM. And then you run to a special, when you go to the website, if you click on that you see the 3 hamburger menu in the corner?
Yep.
If you click on that, you're going to see claim tokens. So what's going to happen is you're going to click on that and you're going to go, you choose Polygon, and you're going to claim, the purple one is Polygon. You would claim your tokens that are due you for that month of earning.
Okay.
You connect your wallet, right? And you connect your wallet.
The wallet, yeah.
When you connected it knows who you are because the wallet is in the mobile app. And it says, okay, you earned $1 million. You click claim. You pay a 10-cent gas fee, whatever Polygon is. And it transfers to crypto right into your wallet. And you rinse and repeat every month. Now, what's fun, he asked about a winner. When you got me, you got Tony, you got Ricky. We have some great DJs that do these custom shows. And what we'll do is we do what's called a 10X show. And we have a woman named T. Marie. She's on the Positivity channel. And she does a show about staying positive. And, I'm not a very positive guy. I'm all about pessimism and fun. But, and I'm joking, but she focuses on positivity and how to be upbeat and life challenges. And it's like a half an hour show. We'll call it a 10X show. So for that half an hour that you're listening to T. Marie, or for those 2 hours that you're listening to Tony or myself on another channel, if it's a 10X show, you are earning 10 times the normal amount of Cyber FM that you would earn normally.
For that specific show.
For that specific show. And what that does is that demonstrates a really good marketing initiative for myself as a radio DJ, right? Or as an influencer. But it also tells Pepsi, hey, look, Pepsi, we know how to bring and attract listeners to a very niche specific environment, right? Everybody wants their 10X. So they're all going to tune in to what's James going to play on Tuesday night, Tony's Unbreakable Mix Show. And if you don't like the music, you don't like the music. But we find it quite astonishing when we're converting crypto people into fans of music. Like Nigeria, we have this massive Nigeria audience, and they love American music. They love they love pop, they love country, And that's not something that's accessible to them in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
And then vice versa. We have DJs out in London that are playing independent bands out of the UK. I never heard of them. So we're using crypto to reward people. We're using radio to open people's minds. We're using radio to benefit the musicians, to get them in an audience that they've never had before. There's so
Mm-hmm.
many things going on. And then we turn on a 10X show. We're like, hey, get 10 times your normal amount of cyber. People are asking for it. When's the next show? When's the next show?
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, at the end of the day, it's all about fun. That's where we
That's,
got 14 years later. We figured out how to have fun.
yeah, it was about time. I haven't figured out yet. The unshaved one is asking, is cyber F radio waves?
We're
So
all unshaved. You should bring him on, right? We're all unshaved. We no, I used to be back in the 90s. I was on FM radio. And it's funny, while I worked on Wall Street, Bloomberg has radio. They have Bloomberg radio, and at least
mhm,
in the United States. And I was the high frequency trading algorithm guy. I was developing how to sweep markets and dark pools and catching the VWAP on private exchanges. And I'd always stare at the Bloomberg radio guys and be so jealous. And I would say, hey guys, can I do traffic and weather on the eights? And they would say, yeah, man, come on over. So when I had my fill of trying to do algorithmic trading technology, I'd go on the radio and be like, the George Washington Bridge is backed up 45 minutes. And
mhm,
and that's because it's a passion. So I've
yeah.
always been, Cyber FM is not, like I said earlier, we had that motto, we're not online radio, but we're radio online. We're saying radio's not broken, just modern day ways of communicating it and transmitting it.
Okay, so basically, I think the question is, if you would be like a traditional radio in a way, you have
You
XXX
feel like it.
frequency, you feel
Yeah.
like it, but so you couldn't like listen to the radio in your car, for example.
Nope, you'd have to install our app.
Yeah,
We are on Deezer, we are on Stitcher, but of course we want you to install our app.
yeah, of course, yeah,
Tune
definitely.
in, we're on all of them.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's good. It's the next generation of radio, which is great.
And if you want
Uh,
to earn Cyber FM, you got to use our app. If you want to listen for free, I promote it all the time. That's going to be TuneIn and Deezer and Stitcher and stuff like that. Our podcasts are on Spotify and iHeart. They're not paying you. We're paying you.
mhm, yeah, that's the difference. And people
That's the
want to get
difference.
paid. People want to get paid because actually, I wanted to ask you also. Okay, we know a little bit about the history of the radio, but at that time, did you foresaw a problem, and it motivated you and your co-founders to start the project, or was it, as you mentioned before, just you made the gig, a lot of people went, and then you were like, "This is fun. Let's keep doing it."
Originally, it was fun. Let's keep doing it, right? And then it got to the point where after that financial crisis, it was around 2011. I had just had my fill with Wall Street. I was done. I was way too young, honestly, to be climbing the corporate ladder the way I did. Right? I had reached a point at Bloomberg where I was just, no offense to my old friends over at Bloomberg, but I was 30, hanging out with a bunch of boomers,
Mhm.
discussing budgeting and market. It wasn't me. I got long hair. And then I went to Merrill Lynch, and I immediately, at the point where I left, I was the vice president of equities technology by the time I
Wow.
was 35. And as much as that sounds like the American dream, you don't want that. It's not fun.
But James, I don't know how to show it, but I do have a picture here of our banner when we were promoting the show. You do have short hair, and you wearing a tie and a shirt.
I sometimes, for the right reason, hair can always grow. For now, hair can always grow back.
How long ago was this picture taken?
That photo is probably 2 years,
2 years.
2020, I think.
Okay, two
Yeah,
years.
it's
Okay.
my, if I shave and I cut my hair, I look like that.
Okay, I wish I could share it. Maybe I'll share it later on with
Yeah,
the
I mean,
others.
I use it. I use it on LinkedIn, and you know, if I'm going to have a meeting with a bunch of, to tell you the truth, this is me. Wouldn't you rather talk to me? Like, wouldn't you rather have a conversation about how we are stopping independent rock stars from getting robbed by record labels?
Hmm.
Who's going to
Yeah.
respect that conversation if you're the musician? The guy in the suit and tie saying, I promise. Or the guy who actually knows your music wants to much rather spend their time at a concert saying, I know why you're not making the money you should be making, right? They're going
Hmm.
to relate to me as me.
Yeah, I prefer the radio James rather than the corporate James.
That, and I appreciate that because that's who I prefer. I'm tired. I don't like putting on a suit and tie and going, our fourth quarter revenue this year has been down because I don't want to, I'll hire somebody to do that. I want to
Mhm.
say, I'm going to be interviewing Duran Duran in the Metaverse, September, I'm not, don't quote me on that one, but, we're talking to Duran Duran. I did an interview with John Waite. If you don't know who John Waite is, he's one of those artists that when you hear his song, you go, oh,
Oh,
John
is that
Waite. Yeah, from Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Oh, so I get along with interviewing these important people in the music industry by being with them on their level. I don't. I'm not going to hang out with Elon Musk because he's already rich. Let's go
guy?
make the other people rich.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And James, before the show, when we were talking, you were mentioning about the metaverse, the mixed concert you're gonna make. Can you please explain that a little bit to our viewers today?
So we've thrown lots of concerts, like I said, even with Madonna's Crash Mansion, and that was back in the day. So we throw a concert. We have specifically right now Cyber FM Latino. Cyber FM Latino is all Spanish. Puerto Rico, Brazil, Argentina, Mexico, a lot of Portuguese and a lot of Spanish
Oh,
salsa. They perform better than we do. I'm not going to lie. My guy Miguel over at Cyber FM, shout out to Miguel. They know how to attract people. I got to tell you. Our
is it?
yeah,
Or does it work in the same platform,
it's all
or
the
is it
same.
different? Uh
No,
huh.
you download when you download the Cyber FM app, you're presented with about 40 different channels,
Hmm.
and from rock and country and hip hop, and you're going to find Cyber FM Latino, Cyber FM Caribbean, Cyber FM reggaeton, reggae, Africa. We have a what we call 9JA. It's that I'm not even a specialist in it, but it's Afro pop and not Nigerian artists specifically.
Uh huh.
Great channel, really cool stuff. If you got a good banging stereo system in your car,
Yeah.
that's an amazing channel. Uh, we partnered with an Asian network, and they're called West Loves East, but
Hmm.
they've been calling themselves a part of Cyber FM. We partnered, and they loved what we do so much that they almost forced their way into the family. So we have Asia Rocks, and we have Cafe Pop, which is clean, family friendly K-pop type music. But
Uh-huh.
anyway, but the concerts. So we do these concerts. They've done concerts. Fantastic Chinese metal band called The Who.
Oh, I
HU.
love them. I
Oh,
love
you
them.
love them. Listen,
Mongolians. Yeah,
yeah, that music is insane.
I
We brought
love that
them.
voice of the
We
guy.
br- we brought them to the United States on the Baby Metal tour.
Oh, you did?
We people don't realize we did that. We brought them in. We let Sirius Satellite. They came in. Sirius Satellite promoted the single. I think it was UV.
Uh-huh.
And we were the ones who hired the Chinese translators. We brought in the management, and we said to Sirius Satellite, "Are you happy? You got to debut their song. Great, go away." Cyber FM launched the concert with Baby Metal, and I was a big Baby Metal fan too. This is all West loves East radio, but we brought them in. We had the entire band interviewed in stage.
Wow.
We gave away T-shirts, we gave away tickets.
Damn.
Baby Metal swung by purely out of on the whim, and they said hi. Those girls, and I think that band broke up now, but because they got older. But that was all us, and the non-crypto people, like you said, oh, the Who, they were amazingly nice people. They were down to earth, and we didn't understand. What's great about that? I'm all excited when you listen to UV or Wolf Totem. Everybody knows Wolf. You don't know what they're saying,
But
but
there's
that
an English
music.
version, right?
Now there is with Jacoby Shaddix from
Yeah.
Papa
Roach.
Roach.
Yeah.
Didn't get to meet him. That's how early we were. We didn't. That's how he got. So when they came to the United States with Baby Metal and they went on tour, I mean, they sold out, and that's how he got Papa Roach's attention. So, and we're not talking about the CyberFM listener. We are talking for the moment about the MFTU token because we do have two. This is what the MFTU token is in action. Right? We were able to pay people in China, in America, for a universal currency that they don't have to convert. They don't have to worry about carrying it on an airplane because it's crypto, and they were compensated. And what happened? They wound up hanging out with Hailstorm. They wound up hanging out with Papa Roach. Now they're the biggest American Chinese Mongolian band you'll ever hear. We take a lot of pride in that. And to this day, we have that show on repeat. If you go find it in the CyberFM app.
Wow, that's
what I
so
was going to
cool
say
that
about
you mentioned
CyberFM Latino
that.
was the last concert we did with them. We drew about 17,000 people. Grammy award-winning artist called La Secta from Puerto Rico. 17,000 COVID tests were taken. Could you imagine throwing a concert and forcing people to take a COVID test?
Yeah.
They wanted it so bad. I did it, and I was the founder. I had to get in line with everybody else, take the COVID test. The concert was amazing. So in September, we're doing another one. It's in North Carolina. And what we want to pull off is it's going to be immersive with the Metaverse. You're going to put on multiple decentralized. It's going to be Oculus. It's going to be Altspace VR. It's going to be hopefully Decentraland. It's going to be our own platform. Our goal is to get the music out and reward everybody.
That's why you explained that people can assist via the Metaverse, like live, like be there physically, or be there physically wearing the Oculus and join the Metaverse while you're in the concert, right?
You have three options. You could sit at home and enjoy it. You could go there, or you could go there and go into Metaverse. Here's an example of what's going to happen. The artist in real life is going to throw a T-shirt out into the crowd, and everybody's going to fight over it. In the Metaverse, at the same time, they're going to throw an NFT of maybe a T-shirt at the same. So you're participating in even the same events.
Okay, and how do people get to assist in the Metaverse? Is it like
there's links to our beach house right now that is growing. It's going to expand, and then at the time of the concert, there'll be a big portal. You know how portals open up in the Metaverse, and then you'll go in that portal, and boom, you're there. It's funny. I go in our beach house. I put a cigarette in my mouth, and I shoot pool, and I watch Tony do the Unbreakable Mix show, and I go, I'm a fan. I can't believe that we did this. I'm in it for the fun. It's wild.
And who's going to be performing at that concert?
I don't have that list. That's Miguel's responsibility. A couple of DJs, and then it'll be a Grammy award-winning artist like we did last time was La Secta. And we made friends with La Secta, so hopefully they do come back too.
Oh, that is crazy.
We got to stay with our social media. Our social media, we release that stuff, and it's a rolling basis. The John Wade interview, I put that together in a week, right? We tried talking to the Clash. Remember the Clash?
Yeah. Are they still around?
They hate each other so much that they will not do a Zoom together.
Jesus.
It's one thing to not want to be in the same room, but to
Yeah.
not want to be in the same Zoom meeting, you hate each other.
Wow. That bad, huh?
I tried. We're in communication with them, but they were like, we'll talk to you individually. I was like, how the hell do I do that? That's no fun.
Yeah, that was good English punk rock at
Oh
the
yeah,
time.
for our age.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I get.
and so with the MFTU token that is also on LATOKEN, that's becoming the metaverse. It stands for mainstream for the underground. You don't earn that currency. You don't earn it. Only a musician earns that currency, right? And that's going to slowly become a double entendre. We're calling it lately Metaverse for the underground, so that we're able to compensate the Metaverse performers. And it's just if you go to that website, and most people know it, we split it between mainstream for the underground and Metaverse. There's like a fork in the road, and that's
Uh-huh.
how I envision the future for the Metaverse. Anyway, you're going to decide if you're in real life today or
Or
if you're
you're
in the Metaverse.
yeah. James, let's talk a little bit about the tokens.
Yeah,
Now, you have been listed in LA token already for 4 years, right?
4 years,
4 years. For with
two
which
swaps, 4 years,
how with which token are you listed?
both of them. There's
Both of them.
CYFM and MFTUs in there.
Okay. Now, is can you please once again, and just for clarity for our viewers, what's the difference between the two of them?
So CyberFM, you earn as a radio listener.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of legalities that we prove works. That you asked earlier, are you fixing something? And we truly are. But the MFTU is the same thing, but it's for only the musicians to earn, and we're paying them based on the economy of all the different centralized exchanges that we're on and things like that. um, right now we're in this in between. How do we incorporate DeFi into CFI, and we're working that out, and it's going to work. It's going to it's going to be fantastic. But Cyber FM is what we pay the listener, which is everybody's a listener. Even if you're a musician, you're going to listen. So everybody has the opportunity to earn the Cyber FM and then cash it out, whichever direction that might be. The What we actually solve is governments. It doesn't matter if you're in the Philippines or Germany or the United States. Governments always tell radio, you have to pay. You have to pay royalties. You always hear about X and Y and so ripping off the artists, right?
Mhm.
So the government puts these laws in effect. You have to pay X amount of pennies in micro transactions to cover your listeners listening to a musician. Cyber FM is actually using blockchain technology to say, here's everything. There's nothing to audit, there's nothing to prove. The blockchain is immutable, it's permissionless, it's trustless. So if you think that we had 35,000 listeners listen to Taylor Swift's most recent boyfriend song, here's the proof. You can't come back and say anybody robbed you because it's all stamped in the blockchain. Even a government, how's this? Sorry, government, but you can't come back and say you're lying because it's on the blockchain.
Hmm.
So that's the actual, and the listeners don't care about that, right? That's a business government royalty fix that people care about. But we actually solve that problem, and so think of it this way. I might be paying you a Cyber FM token, but I'm also placing a digital marker on the blockchain that says you listen to the song, and the government can't say word one about it. There's your proof. You as a listener are accidentally saying, yeah, I did, because you got paid.
Hmm.
You have to acknowledge that you listen. You didn't pay. It's not like you paid. We paid you,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
you're not going to. It's impossible for you to say it wasn't me. I did listen to that song. There's a lot of proof of going on legally in the back end that people don't care about. Regular people don't care about it. And that's why I really don't speak on it too much. But we are, with CyberFM specifically, solving a global universal royalty enforcement problem by using blockchain technology.
Okay, so you can prove that that person did actually listen to it.
And we proved that X amount of royalties are due to whatever government that might be. Germany and England have different quantities and different rules than the Philippines and the United States. You may have heard of ASCAP BMI as an example.
Mm-hmm.
They ASCAP represents, say, Motley Crue, right? And Motley Crue says to ASCAP every month, "Where's my money?" ASCAP says, "Oh, we owe you." They actually write Motley Crue an IOU for $1,000, and they say, "Now we're going to go hit Sirius Satellite, Cyber FM, and Ryan Seacrest over at Kiss FM. You owe us X because we have to give Motley Crue $1,000."
Mm-hmm.
And then Ryan Seacrest says, "I'm not going to argue with you," and he writes the check. Motley Crue then says to ASCAP, "Thank you for the $1,000." Motley Crue might and I'm using Motley Crue as an example for my friends over at Motley Crue. They might say to ASCAP, "Maybe you owe us $1,200." And ASCAP says, No. We owe you $1,000. Don't worry. It's our system is tried and true. With blockchain, that can't happen. Motley Crue goes, "No, you owe us $1,200. It's right here." So ASCAP, not a big fan of blockchain. The major government players, not a big fan of CyberFM's blockchain technology, which creates FUD, but that's why. There's no robbing anybody. It's all out in the open, truth displayed on a blockchain. And we came up with a very fantastic way of paying the listeners, where you're getting marked if you listen to another platform. If you listen to Joey's Garage online radio, you're getting marked for those laws, and you don't know it. So you might as well get paid for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've seen that. That's a common trend. Get back your, yeah. If you're gonna give your, like for example, there's an analogy, like in
Your
this
time.
media.
Your time is money, right?
Yeah, and your personal information is money as well.
It's
Just
true.
that you don't see any of that money. That's the problem.
So we don't take your name, we don't take your age, we don't take your gender. We know that you're an Android user in Savannah, Georgia, or Manhattan, New York. We know that you're near, if you turn on driving mode, which is just an app function, so that you're never interrupted. A lot of truck drivers used to say, "We need something where we never touch the app because we drive on the road for 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So we turned on driving mode. It requires use of your GPS. But as a business, we said, well, how can we take advantage of that? So if you're, I can't believe somebody's calling me. Bad. So if you're near a Pizza Hut, and we know you're near a Pizza Hut, and that half an hour has gone by where we're going to play an ad, we'll play a Pizza Hut ad. Everybody's got to win a little bit.
Oh, so okay. So you're gonna be playing with the GPRS and mixing that with a little bit of ads when you're close to one of the corporate clients, so they can just insert there the.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, why am I going to sell you shoes when you're at a hat store, right?
Yeah, geolocation. Yeah. Okay, I got
But
you.
we don't know your name. We don't know who you are. We know your IP address. We might know where your location is. We know if you're a Google guy or an Apple guy. We know all of the non-important, but it's important to marketers type information. We're a little proud of that as well.
Okay, great. Now a little bit of talking about this, because I see you putting a lot of attention in the details. And what makes your project different than other online radios that might be out there with their own crypto? What's your differentiator?
It's funny. So the normal answer is, well, we pay you.
Uh-huh.
right? You can go pay $14 a month to listen to radio all you want, knock yourself out. We pay you. You're not paying us. There is no premium subscription. A handful of other type of live radio crypto apps, I guess you call them, have come and gone. And what was funny, and I made fun of them, is that if you downloaded their app and you earned whatever one of them was called, they're gone. One of them was called I forget the name of it. One was called Music Coin, but I don't think they did it. A bunch of them came out, and when you downloaded their app, what did you find? You found Cyber FM in their app.
Oh, really?
Oh, I took advantage of that like you wouldn't believe. I was on Twitter going, "Oh, why bother listening to Cyber FM in your fake crypto app when you can come to the real one?"
Uh-huh.
So it was flattering. It was funny. It was ironic. And you know how crypto is. Everybody's got a little. They're crazy. Crypto people are crazy. We're all crazy. But so we are the only. I'd say we are the only ones that pay
Okay.
in terms of online
Paying for
radio.
listening. Okay, that's great. And yeah, it's
I'd
actually
love for another one to come up. I'd love to have a little competition. Maybe they can explain it better than I can, and we have
Okay. Well, another question, and this will be a hard one.
Okay.
A little bit the roadmap. We all know that it's very hard to forecast nowadays what's going to happen 1 year down the road, right? You have the authorities, you have the market conditions, technology is developing an incredibly fast pace. Now, where do you think your project Cyber FM will be in 3 years from now?
So 3 years from now, that is a hard one, right?
Yeah.
I can tell you what we're doing right now, and then what I
Okay.
imagine 3 years from now should be.
Okay.
Uh, we've taken a lot of thought into DeFi, and we do know that centralized finance is probably going to grow with regulation. It's going to be bigger, but that's going to also make DeFi float with that increase, right?
Hmm.
And by the way, I do a podcast every week where has nothing to do with Cyber FM, but we do interview major players in the crypto world. And
Okay.
they give a lot of hints, ironically, as to what's going on in their particular countries with regulations, CBDCs, for example.
Hmm.
What Cyber FM is going to be doing, and this is, and MFTU for the record goes hand in hand with it. But remember that MFTU is for the musicians, Cyber FM is for the listeners. It's
Yep.
always, in a weird way, it's one and the same. What we're doing is, and we're starting it now, this summer, I should say, is that we're going to be releasing call it a layer two specific for DeFi and Metaverse and NFTs and all that. Layer two is going to have reflection and rebase. It's going to have an elastic supply because between you and I and everybody watching, minting and burning doesn't work out. Right? I think after this show, I'm supposed to go burn a trillion, something like that, MFTU. And as much as the hardcore people are like, yeah, he's going to burn a trillion, it doesn't do what we think it does. It just doesn't. So we want to automate that elastic supply to naturally burn, naturally. Sometimes as you get more customers and more listeners, you have to inflate. So rebase allows for fair and equal inflation, which becomes not inflation. It becomes like a zero sum game. So let's say Cyber FM is 1 million out there and it inflates 1%, then your wallet also inflates 1%. So
Hmm.
nobody lost anything, right? If you held 100, you now hold 101. We can't do that and be centralized friendly. And that's, for example, LATOKEN, right?
Yeah.
Because it'll screw up your algorithms and
Yeah.
any centralized exchange. So we're going to make it layer 2. And that's going to be, you're going to, one problem, and if I gave you, it's our own fault, not your fault. One problem with LATOKEN for the past 4 years has been that they don't use the token. They only want to trade it. And I get that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But because of the United States limitations, we could never really say, yeah, buy it now because. If I ever said buy it now because, I'm going to jail. And listen, I love you, brother, but I ain't going to jail for you. So we've never been able to say buy this because, and that's what makes lack of volume. There's no interest. There's a lack of volume there. With layer 2 being DeFi, we're going to be able to say in a decentralized world, because this is how we envision the future as well, buy this because. So what we're coming out of the gate right now is going to be, you're going to want to buy your centralized CYFM that you see today, you know today, but you're really going to want to withdraw it. It's not serving a purpose for you inside the exchange. Probably the last thing you want to hear as an exchange, but we're a utility token. You have to buy it. You could sell it. We want you to sell it. We want you to make money. But if you use it in between your deposit and your withdrawal on LATOKEN, right? Deposit it. Let's say you buy it on LATOKEN, you withdraw it from LATOKEN. Use it in the new system to rebase with the new backed token that this token is going to create. Earn your money, then unwrap it, deposit it back into LATOKEN, and sell it for your profit. Right? And that's going to create, that's where that volume is going to come from in the future. Here's the fun part. If I've always said this about centralized exchanges, if you're not using the token, you're not really getting paid. You're relying on yourself as a trader. And if you're a great trader, I am not a great trader. Listen, how are you a great trader in a bear market and then another bear market comes? Mm-hmm. Right? We had a good run for a hot moment. But let's be honest about what's going on right now. I am not a great trader. I am not making money trading. So why not use it? We have a story real quick of a CYFM holder who refused to sell. For 3 years, he refused to sell. The pandemic hit. We went in a lockdown. He lives in Texas. He lost his job. He lined up a new job, but there's always a gap. He was going to get evicted from his home. And he didn't know what to do. The family's freaking out. The wife's yelling at him. We're going to lose our home. And he kept saying, don't worry, I got a new job lined up. She goes, but what are we going to do now? He wrote an article. It's on the internet. He says, and then I remembered I've been listening to CYFM for 3 years. This guy took 3 years worth of CYFM that he earned, cashed it out on like 3 different exchanges, and saved his home from being evicted. You could not. I said to him, I met him. I said to him, if you're the one story, I'm done. If I heard that story, we have accomplished more than we've ever wanted to. That's the story I want to hear. Mm-hmm. So for a lot of people that go, I don't understand how it works. I don't understand. We're telling you, make enough money to pay your cell phone bill every month. And now you got a free cell phone bill. This guy saved his family. It's an incredible story. And the only reason I don't mind sharing it is because he shared it. He wrote, no pride got in the way. He wrote the article. It's on Medium. I think it's on Twitter. It's on his personal Facebook. We did that. Could you imagine if other people could do that? So in the future, you're going to earn interest. In the future, and when I say future, I'm talking about 2022, you're also going to earn a stable coin on top of CYFM. Let's say BUSD, for example. So now what are we doing? We're taking away that sell pressure. Here's tokenomics, right? We're going to take away the sell pressure. We want you to buy CYFM. We want you to hold CYFM. in a perfect tokenomics world, we don't want you to sell. We don't want you to dump
Yeah.
CyberFM. Let's be honest, right? So if we give you Tether or BUSD, dump away, my friend. Dump away. Please, I don't care about them. Now we're going to be the only radio network that pays you in CyberFM for its use case, marking royalties, everything we talked about. It's going to earn interest. So now you're earning, if you don't care about CyberFM, you're going to earn your interest. If you do care about CyberFM, you're going to earn your interest and you're going to get extra CyberFM with the Billy Joel algorithm. Like
Yeah.
how that circle of life works. And then
Uh-huh.
you're going to earn more. Then you're going to do a 10x show by listening to me or Tony or T. Marie or Ricky or God knows who, Miguel at Cyber Latino, Beth. We have so many people. Dude, we have so many people. You're going to listen to their 10x shows. Now you're earning 10 times the normal amount of Cyber FM that you're earning interest on. And it's going to be backed by an automated market maker, which is weird in centralized exchanges, but completely valid in a DeFi world. That automated market maker is going to let our liquidity, which we have a big issue with right now, our liquidity is going to grow itself based on the smart contracts interacting. And that is going to naturally rise the tide of liquidity available for the current CyberM tokens that are in the centralized exchanges. Because remember, the centralized exchanges don't support rebase and reflection. So we're creating a bigger ecosystem, and that liquidity that we generate in profit is what's going to give it's going to be the leaders. You're going to have to be a major CyberFM fan. You're going to be on a leaderboard that's going to be displayed on the website. And the top 100, top 200, we haven't decided, top 1,000 are going to be able to not only claim CyberFM, but they're going to claim that stable coin based on your chain. Nobody else is doing that. Nobody's going to pay you 2 tokens, one that we have no responsibility for.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to argue that Tether is ever going to go dry, right? No, never.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about some recent events, but Tether will, as a stable coin, Tether will never go dry. You are going to want to be on that leaderboard. And you're also having fun because being on that leaderboard is a monthly contest. It's a monthly challenge. You might very well make friends.
And when is? Yeah, go ahead.
I was saying, Xavier is a number 5 because he told me his wallet. Well, I'm going to go beat Xavier, haha. And I'm going to go on Telegram and be like, hey, man, I'm number 4. And then Xavier's going to get mad and go, I'm going to listen to Tony's show tomorrow when you're sleeping. I'm going to punish you on that leaderboard. So you're going to have fun, you're going to make friends, and you're going to get paid Cyber FM and a stable coin.
Okay. I want to ask you, and when is this going to be happening?
We are testing everything in the test network right now. So we test stuff. We don't allow for mistakes. We do our best. We have a lot of anti-theft security in our tokens that we're proud of. That if you get hacked, you give away your private keys, we're able to refund you at the cost of the scammer and nobody else. And that blows people. You would think that a major coin that's $1 billion market cap would have this technology. Why don't they? Did you ever hear about, some other, I've never heard about it, honestly, from LATOKEN. But did you ever hear about those big exchanges that go, so-and-so got hacked, and now we are working with all the other exchanges to make sure that this money, blah, blah, blah. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If it's Cyber FM, you just contact us. And we go, who did it? That wallet did it. Give me one moment. Boom. Our anti-theft technology is amazing. And we don't talk about it enough. But it also creates FUD for people that don't understand. But at the end of the day, we always, my name. I'm James Tiley. I live in Georgia. I'm doxxed like you'd never meet. All these doxxed devs that they talk about today,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't going to find anybody more doxxed than me. I'm on the radio every Tuesday. People know what cars I drive. I brag about them. So we're very big about morals and trust and honesty. We're not going to release anything that could possibly be broken. We're testing it now. Our deadline that we have internally is what we go by payday. So July 1st is payday that you're staring at on the screen right now. One little issue is one of our major developers got COVID, and we're waiting for him to get a little bit better.
Mhm.
But when I get off this call, I'm going back to testing as well. We're all testing,
Okay.
and it's going to be hot. It's going to be, and there's a lot of mobile app changes we got to make. It's going to roll out in a series. At the end of the day, you're going to wrap the current Cyber FM. You're going to want to withdraw. You're going to buy it. You're going to withdraw it. You're going to be able to wrap it in a portal similar to what you see here. You're going to get the new Cyber FM that's going to earn interest, and it's going to function the way it functions. And then you're going to unwrap it
Mhm.
to go back to the centralized exchanges to make your profit. Right? If you had 100 and now you have 101, you made one. If you
Mhm.
got 1 billion and then you made 1,000, you made 1,000. Whatever that equals in fiat, I don't know. Our efforts will be to make that, and we're going to burn, like I said, when I get off this, I got to go burn a number of MFTU that I don't even, my brain doesn't recognize. It's just the numbers like this long with
Mhm.
zeros. So we are going to be burning a lot, and I like to do it on the radio. I burn live on the radio while you're listening to, Aerosmith. Hey, let's take a moment and burn 1 billion of this. You make it fun. You got to. It's boring to just do stuff.
Yeah, no, 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 that sounds great. I love it. Look, James, I think next time, maybe you will have something ready in the metaverse that you can share with us, or maybe even some clips of the concert that you're gonna have. By the way, when is the concert?
It's supposed to be September 12th, I believe. Again,
Okay.
follow our social media for the official, announcements and all that. But it's every September, and because that's been a routine. And we also have every September we have an annual autism awareness concert where we raise money for a national. It it's not that bad autism foundation because it used to be, and then we got a lot of trouble. I think it's Donna handles it, but we raise money for the National Autism Society in America, and that concert's actually 12 years old, pre-crypto. So we do that. That concert will also become a Metaverse concert. After the pandemic hit, we did it virtual, and we said,
Mm-hmm.
"This sucks. Virtual sucks. It always sucks." It wasn't the same as in New York. It's on the water. When you're at this concert, you're on the water and you got the beach blowing, and we didn't get to enjoy that with the pandemic. So that concert will also become metaverse. And if you bring up right now nft.cyberfm.radio cyberfmradio.com, you'll see a link to our beach house, which is live in the metaverse. And you can come hang out in the beach house. We're going to be advertising that as the summer progresses. But
Okay.
if you got a headset right now, the beach house is kind of wild, man. You can
Great, great. I will do it.
We got
And
ski doos.
James, we would love to have you back with any new information, any demos, any visuals you have. That would be great.
Yeah, we should have
No,
did that. And
yeah, no, we have to organize something. Yeah, so as you said, something fun, something different, something that people will like. Unfortunately, time is up, James. But do you have any final words for our viewers today?
now, like I said, we are very aware of what our limitations were in the past. We're using legal routes like the Wyoming DAO so that we're not limited by those limitations anymore. And we are going to really increase the whole tokenomics aspect that in the past we haven't been allowed to talk about. But we're going to be doing it with fun. If it's not fun, we're going home. So it's always going to be about, you're going to think we're crazy. You're not very professional. We're not here to be professional. We're not here to lie to you. We're not here to convince you. We're not even telling you that we're the next big thing. We're telling you if you're tired of dealing with the same old crap in crypto, put on the headphones, listen to the latest, hottest artist. Let's get the next baby tour concert going, and let's get some NFT t-shirts getting thrown out into the crowd. And then go sell your Cyber FM with the profit that you made. That's what we want you to do.
Amen, brother.
Cyber.fm, cyberfmradio.com. Download the app, add your wallet. You see me Tuesdays, 7 p.m. No, oh my goodness. Tuesdays, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, My Anything Goes show. From there, you'll know all about the other shows. And I will play anything you want. You tell me to play something that I've never heard of, I make a big deal about it. I go, guys, I have no idea what this song is. We're going to all learn it together. I'll play it. And it's live. It's not a platform. It's not distributed. It's not a playlist. I will come back and tell you whether or not I like that song. And we also do, and you know what? We do a great gas giveaway. We give away Doge. We give away Bitcoin. We give away Shiba Inu. Sometimes we give away the coin that you tell us to give away. Mm-hmm. We call it the CyberFM Great Gas Giveaway. We reinvented the radio contest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a trivia question. You know, who's the new lead singer of Skid Row? Be the first one to tweet it correctly.
Damn, I knew that.
You knew that one, right? I played last Tuesday. I played I Remember You, and then I played The Gang's All Here. And I told them, which one is not Sebastian Bach? Dude, that new guy is literally Sebastian. It sounds like Sebastian Bach. They almost
does he? Yeah.
Go re-listen to it, or go on YouTube and listen to him do I Remember You.
Oh no, my test says Youth Gone Wild.
I'm gonna go do that when we get off this show. I'm gonna go check
that. That's one of my favorite. James, has been really awesome. You have to be back on the show, please.
Let's play some Youth Gone Wild, baby.
It's great stuff that you're doing right now. I love it. And no, fantastic. Whenever you have something new, we get it organized with the team. And yeah, we'll have you again here.
Let's get the volume up. Let's get the value and the worthiness up. And let us prove that to you and let it fall where it may. At the end of the day, you earn 3-4 cents and you had a great time enjoying music. In a good day, you earn $3 or $4. That one guy saved his life. Let's get a bunch of more of them going.
Let's do that. Great. And to our viewers, please visit cyberfmradio.com to get more information about the project. Please educate yourself and get in contact with the community. Go there, download, listen to the radio. You won't regret it, and you get earned for it. What else could you ask? James, thank you very much for being with us today. It has a real pleasure.
I appreciate it.
We do expect you to be again in our show. And to our viewers, thank you very much for the interaction. And I'll be seeing you at the next show. Have a great day. Thank you, James.